It's your boy, the Crypto Lifestyle, coming back at you once again. The lifestyle where your money works for you instead of you working for money. And guys, it's been a very long time since I had a face-to-face with my subscribers, so I figured today would be the perfect day to break that in. But in this video, guys, I'm going to go over how I go about looking for my ICOs, what tools and resources that I use, and what tools and resources you should also integrate into your ICO research. So without further ado, let's go get it. Hey, I got a question for you.
I'm on the daily grind, I'm taking care of work, I'm getting paid today, I'm doing things to make it right.
Is your money working for you, or are you working for money? Okay guys, so here we go. So there are a number of different websites out there that has their own ICO rating, so on and so forth. So for example, this one here is Icodrops, okay? That's a very popular one. There's also this one here. This one is Icobench.com, and we got Coinschedule.com, and we also have ICOalert.com, and we're going to go over each and every website. So first and foremost, let's start off with the most popular one that's becoming more popular today. As a matter of fact, this is Icodrops. Okay, so Icodrops, you know, it's a very informative website. They give you the basics, you know. So right here we have the active ICOs that's been ongoing, right? We got the upcoming ICOs. So we got some here on, well, this one's in 19 hours, February 28th, right? And then we got the ended ICOs. So Gems already went, Remy already went, Fund Request, Exim Chain, so on and so forth. So see, the thing with this, with Icodrops, they have their own rating, right? So, okay, let's just click on this guy over here. And as we come down here, you know, the team behind the Icodrops website, they kind of inform us on, like, say, okay, for example, the hype rate. So they say it's normal. The risk rate, normal. ROI rate, normal. So guys, you got to really understand, when it comes to ROI on an ICO, there's no surefire tool that could predict this. It's only based on your preference or your personal strategy or the things that you go by, and everybody's a little bit different. So I would just ignore everything here. The best thing to do, guys, is to know how to break down your own ICOs. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean you can't go on YouTube and just hear what other people have to see on YouTube. Sure, there's a lot of valuable and informative, helpful information on YouTube in regards to ICOs. I'm not saying neglect that, but you know, you take what you gathered or what you researched from YouTube and you put it together with your own research and you make a conclusion and your own decision from there. Okay, guys? So let's see what else Icodrops has to offer. So if we go to the actual upcoming ICOs, you know, for me personally, guys, I love to go by category, okay? But we'll get to that in a second. So for example, the ICOs that I'm looking forward to this month, as I made videos on it already, were credits, okay? Right here. This is a smart contract ICO, and I'm very, very, very fascinated by T-Food, okay? This is pretty much an ICO that's going to be able to track food from the farmer to the actual table or the consumer, you know, whether it be meat or fresh foods like vegetables and fruits, okay, guys? I think that's pretty big. So that's just my personal preference, right? And you guys just scour it down on your own here. We got Metronome. You know, you can look and see what it is. So right here it says it's a currency, okay, currency, blockchain, so on and so forth. Now let's go on to Icobench. Icobench actually categorizes it for us here, as you can see on the left. We have it by cryptocurrency, business services, investments, software, entertainment, internet, and the list goes on. Well, we could click on it and see more information, right? So this is actually Icobench breakdown or description rather of these ICOs. So as we scroll down here, we would see, you know, the team, right, their roadmap, different sort of like milestones they have planned for the year or the past years, what they've accomplished, okay, ratings and white paper, right? So, you know, you got to go through the white paper, scan through the white paper. But one thing that I don't necessarily like about Icobench and Icodrops is it could easily influence the novice ICO researcher, right? Or somebody who wants to invest into an ICO and they're doing their own research. They would be biased because when they look to the right over here, they see 34 experts picked it at a 4.4 rating. I mean, you don't want to be dependent on any website at the end of the day to tell you what's a good ICO or not. You want to know how to break it down yourself, guys. And as I said, you don't have to read, countless white papers every day. In my opinion, all you really need to look for is the team, okay? What's their past experience? Do they know? Are they capable of executing this project to the best of their ability? Number two, the community or slash hype. Is there demand, okay, for this project? Is there demand? That's very important. Very, very, very important. After that is a prototype. Do they have a working prototype? Do they have an existing company already? That is ginormous. And obviously token economics. And my personal opinion, I don't really look at the total supply like most people do, okay? For me, it's all about market cap. Where is this going to be in the market cap? I don't care about price. I don't care about total supply. So these four fundamentals, these four core points that I go by are the only thing that really matters to me, okay? So once you know that, you don't care about what expert rates what, because you're going by your own self. You are your own expert, and that's the best way to go about that. So these websites are cool just to see upcoming ICOs, but in my opinion, I would take these ratings with a grain of salt. They could be paid off, who knows, right? So if you know how to break down your own ICOs, that's going to be the most unbiased review on ICO, right? Because you weren't paid off by these companies, right? Who knows? These Icobench very well could be. So that's my opinion anyways. So moving forward to ICO schedule, and I really do like ICO schedule, but there's cons and pros to this website. So okay, one of the pros is there are a lot of different ICOs on this website. As you can see, all of these here are ICOs, okay? These are current ICOs, and it tells you the stage it's in. So for example, this one here is, let's see, 40% complete, okay? So, it's just a lot more here, but the problem with this is this, okay? They have a lot of ICOs, yes, but that also means there could also be a lot of scam ICOs in this website, okay? It's anybody at the end of the day could come on this website and post an ICO. Anybody. I could do it, you could do it, anybody could do it. Coinschedule doesn't care as long as they're getting paid. So what I'm trying to say is you got to know how to detect fraudulent ICOs to legitimate ICOs, and there's a number of ways about you could go about doing that. And number one is by going to researching the team, okay, researching the company. You could go to their LinkedIn, click the link, and actually research the team to see if they are real people and not stolen profiles, okay guys? So keep that in mind. But hey, I mean, like, personally, look, so they got gaming VR. I love it when they categorize it, okay? Because for me, what I'm looking for personally this year in 2018, guys, are three different types of ICOs, okay? I'm really bullish on ICOs that have smart contracts, because I truly believe this year is the year of ICOs where it's going to really go mainstream, okay? And we're going to see a lot more different smart contract companies come out, and that's also going to go mainstream, smart contracts. Number two, decentralized exchanges. I am looking forward to decentralized exchange ICOs. I believe this is the year of decentralized exchanges as well. Okay. Number three, I honestly believe that security is big. There's a lot of hacking going around, and if we could solve these problems on the blockchain in terms of just like accounts, logins, that's going to be massive. But the most ones that I'm very bullish on as well, guys, is infrastructure. Why? So infrastructure ICOs are pretty much the core of blockchain technology. Infrastructure is the least risk in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. So when you're talking about the core technology of blockchain, it is what? It's blockchain itself. So when you have infrastructure, you got these companies coming on building their own blockchain, okay? So they're not putting something on the blockchain, they're building a blockchain. So think of it like this. Okay, so you have an ICO, say you want to be the next Amazon for blockchain technology, right? And there are companies out there right now like that, similar to that. But anyways, so say you want to be the Amazon of blockchain. So you wanted to bring a marketplace onto the blockchain, okay? You're not actually building a blockchain. You're building a marketplace onto the blockchain. But guess what? Okay? Blockchain technology would always be there because it's the actual blockchain. It's very similar to comparing it to website developing. Okay, so website software developers, okay, they would always be there because people always want to build websites, right? But it depends on what type of website you want to build. But if you're building the core foundation of the actual software, it would always be there. So in my opinion, that's the way to go. Infrastructure, blockchain infrastructure ICOs is where it's at. We got a lot of successful ones in the past, like we got Lisk, we got Stratus. Wait till WAN comes out. That's going to give ICO investors a lot of ROI, return on their investment, guys. But anyways, so the problem with Coinschedule is you got to really filter out the good and the bad, because you could come across some very shady different ICOs here, but at the same token, you could find some really cool gem ICOs, because a lot of people, they don't really come here anymore. I know it's a lot of people are going to Icodrops or also Icobench. Last but definitely not least, I love ICO Alert, and guys, let me tell you why I love ICO Alert. For me, this was one of the originals. When I got into ICOs last year, summer, I really used to spend a lot of time on ICO Alert, and I'll tell you guys why. So as you can see, they got the active pre-ICOs over here, okay? They got the upcoming ICOs over here, and we got the concluded ICOs. So ICOs are already finished. And as we scroll down, man, they got a lot of ICOs over here. So there's a lot to choose from. If you're like myself and you enjoy breaking down, researching, scouring through ICOs, this is like your heaven. ICO Alert, okay? So also, what I like about them is this part here. Let's get right to it. ICO Alert reports. Boom. So, okay, this section of the website is not like Icobench. It's not like Icodrops, where they're gonna have a biased opinion or a rating on it, okay? It's a little bit more informative because they're actually conducting an interview with the ICO companies, okay, with the blockchain startup companies. So let's just check it out right here. For example, okay, ICO Alert, I don't know, anyone, Moxie One. So right here, what is Moxie One? Okay, and it tells you what it is, right? Right, you got the quick facts. Now check this out. They got a Q&A with the company, with the co-founder, right, of Moxie One. So check it out. ICO Alert asks him, how does Moxie One token function within the platform, okay? And why is it needed? So they actually have full-blown interviews with the companies, okay, guys? So this is very unbiased, and you could, like, if you really want to do your research and get down to the nitty-gritty, you want to hear what the company says, right? And how they express themselves, how confident they sound. If you could even look at a video, body language, facial expressions, these are all keys. Believe me, that's very much so overlooked, okay? So I really do love ICO Alert. Why? Because you got a plethora of different ICOs to choose from, and if you know how to filter out the good and the bad, you could definitely benefit from that and be profitable. Also, they have the interview side of things in not all the ICOs, but in, you know, a good enough amount, right? So this is all interviews here, guys, all interviews. You could get a much better understanding of the company, okay? So guys, that's pretty much it. That's how I go about doing it, guys. And now, you know, as I said, I like to go by category. So look, we got mining here, trading and investing. I like to look for infrastructure. Sometimes I'll look, so right here, infrastructure, okay, boom. I'll go right there, and then from there, I look at their hard cap. If it's between 20 million to 30 million, I'll look at it. If their team has past knowledge and experience, and they seem to be on point, it's well thought out. You know, their roadmap has different milestones. They already accomplished things in the past year. They got a prototype going on. You know, also what I like to do, guys, is I go to my Telegram here, and I make sure to sign up to the Telegram, because, you know, when you're looking at 5, 10, 20 ICOs a day, you would forget about those ICOs a week later or a few days later, right? If you're continuously doing that on a daily basis, right? So what I do is, as you can see, look, I got my ICOs right here. Credits, 27,000 people. Read the pinned message. There's a lot of vital information in here, okay? And speaking of credits, guys, I wish all ICOs would do this. So credits are reserving, okay, they are reserving the tokens for white listers, okay, guys? So there's no rat race involved. You know, are we going to get in? Are we not going to get in? Oh my god, is it going to be a gas war? None of that stuff, okay? Just, this is the way it should be. ICOs should reserve tokens for, and individually cap them as well, okay? I'm all for that. So everybody gets a piece of the pie. For those of you who do not know what whitelisting is, and I know majority of you guys watching this video already knows what that is. Whitelisting is pretty much you submitting information to take part in an ICO. So this information would be basic stuff like, first you start off with your email, you'll get updates, and then they open up something called KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer, okay? And this would be pretty much you submitting documentation like your passport to prove that you are who you're saying you are, okay? And that's it. Usually it's just a passport photo or a selfie of you in the passport, right? Just to make sure you didn't steal someone's passport, right? So they want to make sure, they have yourself and the picture of that person in the same photo. And that's it, guys. That's all it stands for. Check out their Telegram. See the hype, right? 27K. In my opinion, hype does matter a lot, okay? Very much so. And anything that has, I'll say, 15,000 people in the Telegram, that's where the hype begins. It crosses 20K, that's a little bit above average. 25K is where you want to be at. 30K is ideal, guys. So that's all I have for you. I hope this video was informative, guys. So until the next video, you're on your own. Later.
I'm a Bitcoin baron, I'm scaring the status quo. Got that crypto